Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the world of hope. I'm Dr. Nadia. Be hopeful, be healthful, be beautiful. Hope Integrative Health is my practice, my passion, and the field that I specialize in is a fascinating new science and field, which is the field of regenerative laser medicine. And one of the things I set out to do about 14 years ago when I first started in this field was so enamored by the science that had come into fruition. I was just completely blown away when I first came to my a conference on lasers. My interest had been acne as part of my practice. And as I started to delve into the science and fields of lasers, the whole physics of it, realized that I'd sort of hit the jackpot here, that there was an unbelievable amount of clinical applications through the science and fields, and was completely blown away. It became my passion at that point, and for 14 years I have been working diligently, what I call laser focused. I've been all around the world now, training with all kinds of different dermatologists and specialists, and in this whole field of laser and cosmetic dermatology, and bringing it home for everybody. I've taken all this science and actually created my own paradigms now, to address what I call all issues in the tissues that my patients walk in with. There are so many clinical applications to the science, and most people are unawares of what is available now beyond, traditional general dermatology. This is not general dermatology by any stretch of the imagination. It is actually a whole another specialty in science called laser and cosmetic dermatology and regenerative laser medicine. Whole new science and physics, whole new innovations. It's an amazing field, highly sophisticated, and so I'd like to share some of the applications to this science that we've applied now to so many clinical conditions, such as acne scars, rosacea, vascular lesions, sun damage, wrinkles, an aging process that doesn't need to happen any longer in the same way. We can actually reverse the aging process and truly regenerate the skin back to a healthy state through this whole science and fields of regenerative laser medicine. We work in an integrated approach, combining the best of what I call Western science, all these wonderful technologies and procedures, as well as working with lifestyles. Because we work with things like acne, eczema, psoriasis, cellulite, weight reduction, fat pooches, there's all kinds of different things, and we integrate them with the newer technologies that we have available for body sculpting, for facial regeneration, for scars, burns, keloids. There's so many different applications. So through this show, I'm going to be sharing one by one all the new science available that is healthy, that are what I call home runs, do not require medications that would hurt or harm the body in any way, shape, or form. So everything that I do in my practice is what I call, has to be a wow. It has to be healthy and good for you. It has to make sense for each individual patient. Everything is individualized and customized. We have a diagnostic process that you first come in and I evaluate everything that's going on with you physically, emotionally, energetically, because it's an integrated process. We have to work with the mind, body, and spirit. It's not just about fancy technologies and fancy procedures here. We truly empower and inspire you to have a whole different lifestyle. So you are comfortable in your own skin, you are comfortable in your body, you are inspired to what I call have joie de vivre and joy of life and living. You want that luminosity and radiance of your essence to shine through your skin, through your body, through everything that you touch. It's all about bringing you back into balance again. And the science and technologies definitely helps but I believe in a regenerative whole body process, regeneration through hopeful living. So welcome to our show. We're excited to share all of this with you. And we'll see you after this commercial break.
Looking for a cooking oil with a light flavor and reduced absorption so food preserves its natural flavor? One with a high smoke point for stir-frying, sautéing, grilling, and baking? Then choose all-natural Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil, imported from France. Grapes have been a key ingredient of the healthy Mediterranean diet for years. Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil is the chef's choice for high-heat cooking, grilling, stir-frying, sautéing, or even deep frying. And Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil is great for baking too, because its delicate taste does not overwhelm the flavor of cakes, cookies, and other favorite recipes. A key traditional ingredient of the Mediterranean, grapeseed oil is a rich source of vitamin E antioxidant and naturally gluten-free. Buy imported Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil today and find great recipes at Pompeian.com.
Wait, don't let this happen to you. At Jan Fence, we're family owned and operated for over 50 years, providing a wide choice of fencing. Why wait online at the big box store? Just call Jan Fence. Ask about our Easy Fence to Go products by Active Yards, the first truly do-it-yourself fence product.
At Jan Fence, we always do what we say. Come see us today.
Step into an extraordinary world that will excite your senses. Experience our delectable Mughlai cuisine and the magic of tandoori savoir-faire. Let our international award-winning team delight you with a taste of heaven. Enjoy our mouth-watering flavors and our unique flair for excellence. Savor the elegance of fine dining and catering. Shazam Restaurant. Indulge your taste buds.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sidney Cohen. I'm a psychologist in New Jersey. I'm the host of a show called Heading in the Right Direction, which will be appearing on internet TV station Radio Vision Network. It's a show that's going to cover a wide range of psychological subjects. I think you'll be very interested in the subjects. I'm also going to have the opportunity to send me emails, ask me some questions. I'll answer questions, and I very much look forward to you tuning in. I'm very excited to do this. Thank you.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Hi, good morning. We're back. We're going to be talking about acne today. One of my passions when I started in this field, that truly was something I wanted to find solutions for. So let's talk about one of my patients here. Her name, Jejira. So I actually, believe it or not, had horrible cystic acne, especially during residency. I had it in my teenage years, but it actually got a lot worse when I had a lot of stress in my life. Residency training for us was about 120 hours each week, so barely had time to sleep, eat, or do anything during that time. And as a result of that stress, horrible cystic inflammatory acne, just like this particular case that we have here. So most people don't believe that I had, acne that severe. I don't have pictures of it because you would never see me in front of the camera with that, but it really can be quite disfiguring for people. The social ramifications of that, being able to be comfortable with yourself when you have painful cystic lesions. It's very challenging to feel good about yourself and confident and do what you're supposed to do and feel engaged in the world and enjoy whatever your gifts and talents are and interactions when your face is full of cystic inflammatory lesions. So my heart went out as a result of this whole process, having walked it myself, I decided to come up with solutions for my own patients outside of antibiotics, outside of Accutane, because even though I was on these things previously, realized the side effects of those were intolerable, that it just doesn't make sense. Accutane, for example, people are not cognizant of the fact that you know what? It actually reduces and shuts down all the glands in the body, not just the skin glands. We're talking liver glands, or, glands that supply the CSF in our brains, glands, that digest in our guts, breast glands, glands that provide lubrication in our joints. There's glands everywhere in our body. As a result of actually being on Accutane myself, I actually have had digestive problems for 25 years, which finally are starting to get better for me. But it's been a long process of healing as a result of long-term side effects. To this day, I have dry eyes from having been on Accutane. I was on numerous different antibiotics over the years and really messed up my GI flora. So as a result of that, I sought new solutions that would provide what I call healthy options for patients without those kinds of side effects that just don't make sense, especially with the current technologies and options that we have. So Janjira, for example, came into our practice. She had already been on Accutane and antibiotics and years of trying pretty much everything under the sun, and no one had been able to help her. She came in what I call a state of hopelessness, and was extremely frustrated, thinking she really didn't have options until she came in. When she did come in, the first thing we did was to quiet down the glands. And the way we did that was to address inflammation. We used a vascular laser, a V-beam laser. It's a pulse dye laser, which quieted down the active inflammatory lesions underlying all what I call dermatitis. It's still a dermatitis type of condition, including acne, especially if people have been in the sun or they've been on harsh medications. Benzoyl peroxide, for example, actually exacerbates inflammation in the tissue and actually compromises the integrity of the skin. So we worked with a pulse dye laser for the first couple of sessions and focally quieted the glands down, just the larger ones, a little bit with a tiny amount of steroid, but minuscule amounts just to quiet everything down. And within 2 weeks, she had no active lesions. We took her off the aldactone she was on, which was to suppress androgenic hormone reactions that she was having, as well as any kind of antibiotics she was on. And within 2 weeks, she at least didn't have painful lesions as she had when she first walked into our practice. After that, we worked on permanent, long-term reduction of those glands, those aberrant glands that were overzealous, were working way too hard, clogging up our pores, causing bacterial overgrowth as well, and this unbelievable cystic inflammatory reaction that she was having in her skin. So the next step we did was a treatment called photodynamic therapy, and it's a light-activated treatment. It's a fascinating process that I've been using now for about 10 years in my practice and has a multitude of different applications to it. And what it is it's about a 3-hour process in our practice. Patients come in and they have their skin cleansed, lightly microdermabrated first to prepare the skin, and then we put a special medicine on the skin. It's called Levulan, 5-aminolevulanic acid. And what this medicine is actually, it hones in on damaged tissue, goes deep into the tissue, into the glands, and we let that absorb into the tissue. And once it's absorbed into the tissue, it's left on the skin for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the intensity of the treatment that we want to render for our patients. And then after that, we actually use lasers, such as vascular lasers, either the Palomar G or a V-beam laser, to actually shrink the glands down. Once the medicine is in the glands, the light can actually be honed into, deep into the glands, and destroy the glands that it currently exist. And then what happens is the skin is forced to regenerate new tissue and new glands. And what's beautiful about this process is when these new glands come in, they're not like the original ones. And so we have a more normalized process in the skin and tissue. We have glands that no longer are producing too much sebum and are sticky. The cells are no longer sticky because there's a regenerative process happening with this, so that the skin is turning over now in a whole new way. It's a fascinating procedure. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in depth when we come back from our break.
Here, we have an attractive orange and a distinguished apple. The two similar, but opposites. Theory, a wingman is needed, or perhaps a wing lemon. A friend to the orange and an acquaintance to the apple, the lemon brings the two opposites together. See, with a little fresh thinking, the universe can be surprisingly smooth.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Fitzpatrick's. Deli dine for breakfast and lunch. And at night, gourmet dine for dinner with entrees and specialty sandwiches including certified black Angus cuts of beef and wild-caught seafood, plus catering options for specialty events. Since 1989, Fitzpatrick's, your hometown place with upscale tastes.
Apple Ridge is about freedom. Apple Ridge is about community. Apple Ridge is about home. Apple Ridge, everything you want, more than you expect. Welcome to your new neighborhood. Apple Ridge Senior Living. Enjoy a maintenance-free, affordable luxury lifestyle today. Visit appleridgeseniorliving.com and find out more about the Apple Ridge experience.
I'm Stephanie Milan, host of Read All About It. I interview authors of all kinds about their journeys of writing and the struggles that they face. You can watch my show at 12 p.m. on Wednesdays. Tune in to Radio Vision Networks. We hope to see you then.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
So we're going to talk about Janjira again and photodynamic therapy. And not just photodynamic. What we did with Janjira, once she came back, in the next couple of weeks, we actually worked with multitude of different lasers. One was a smooth beam laser, which again shrinks glands down, helps with acne scars, as well as a laser called the Gentle YAG laser. Between 3 different laser technologies, we have what we call an integrated process, a layered process that we work with our clients. Put her on soothing, calming agents, balanced her skin up with what we call healthy skin nutrition, took her off any harsh products that didn't make sense for her, such as benzoyl peroxides. And as a result of that process, she actually had to turn around within about 6 to 8 weeks of what was considered a hopeless case. And she came back to us about 8-10 months later, and we took her after picture. Can we show the after picture? You can see a lot happier, and her skin vibrant, vivacious. She turned her whole life around, had a whole new job. had lost 10 pounds. I mean, she was flying high, and she was on absolutely no medications at this point. And I mean, 10 months, that means you have a cure at that point. I've not had to see her after that. She's had no further treatments. We're talking about 5-6 years ago now. So we have amazing success stories when it comes to acne. If we can handle something as severe as this, then, you know, which is one of the toughest cases that I came across, we can handle any case of acne. Remember, everything we do in our practice has to do with health. It has to be healthy and good for you. We don't work with any harsh medications that will compromise your body in any way, shape, or form. So the technologies and the light sources and the innovations now are serving acne, for example, in a whole new way. This is the future of medicine. We call it regenerative laser medicine through an integrated, healthy, combined approach. So welcome to our show.